Right, welcome back to Bloodstock 2015, and we're joined backstage with Morass of Molasses.
You said
Welcome,
it.
gents.
You said it right. Well done.
Did I? Well,
Yeah,
well done.
yeah,
So, welcome to Bloodstock.
Thanks,
When did you get here? Was it yesterday?
Thursday.
Thursday. So you've been wandering around.
It's my first time as well. I've never been. These guys have been before, but I've never been.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. But, we have been before.
It's continually growing, isn't it?
It's really good. I really like it.
Yeah. One of the first times we came, you could park your car next to your tent. That's how far back it was.
That was Testament headlining.
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
it?
right.
It's
So it's definitely grown since then.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I know you've been sort of really pumped up for this festival. Is it sort of an accumulation of sort of steps to get here, and now you sort of made it here? Does it feel a bit like that?
Yeah, I think it always is. I mean, last year we were in the Metal to the Masses competition in Reading, and we got through to the final. And then we didn't actually win, unfortunately, but obviously that put us on Simon Hall's radar, I guess. And then basically since then we've just done a couple of tours, spent a lot of time gigging, like really pushing the EP, getting the EP sorted and getting the EP out, our first EP. And then we was chatting to Simon Hall about the EP, and then he just said, "Do you want to play the Jaeger stage?" And it was just like,
Go on then.
yeah, I know, it was just kind of one of those things where you just sort of like, and he said it's because he'd been keeping an eye on our career, and and sort of, and that's kind of nice to know that the hard work got noticed, which is kind of what you want. I think that's definitely the thing, you get that sense about the thing they do at Bloodstock, that they're wanting to help the metal community.
Absolutely. And the Jaeger stage, which you mentioned there, I mean, that's probably the most intimate stage
Yeah.
at the festival, isn't it? Which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
every time we
around the
walk
same
past,
level,
there's been a crowd. Yeah, it's great.
Always gets a good reaction. I know you've not been together that long in the grand scheme of things, so how did it all start?
Well, basically, Chris and I were looking to start a band. We got drunk one night, went to a gig, bumped into you, and drunkenly asked you if you fancied jamming. And so we did, and then we wrote a song. Rotten Teeth, our first song.
Yeah.
And then it all just kind of fell together.
It was weird.
Really.
It was a rehearsal, and then and we were like, yeah, it's just a jam, whatever. And then 2 hours later, we'd written a song, and we were like, we got loads of chemistry, and we're like, shit, we're a band. It was like it happened like that. It took a and because I sort of play quite a unique type of guitar. I play baritone through two different amps, so we don't have a bass player. And at first it was a bit like, I don't think you guys were quite prepared for that, were you? And so they were like kind of, oh, do we need a bass player? And at the time, this is the first band I've ever sung in. Like we didn't, I've never sung in a band before. And so they were like, do we need a singer as well? And the main thing I said was that I've been in plenty of bands, and if you have chemistry this good, don't mess with it, And I like three pieces as well. It's like very tight, yeah.
You mentioned Rotten Teeth there. You did a video for that as well.
Yes, we filmed it and edited it ourselves. And,
The memories.
Yeah, Jesus, crawling around in dirt and mud in November, and that lake that I came out of, that's November, so that is cold.
And the best thing about it is that when you got out of the lake, it was just so cold, but he just wouldn't put a towel on or anything.
I need to see the shot first.
And the first, by the end of it, I was a lot less of a man. I tell you, it was shriveled. But the first take we did, I'd gone under, submerged completely under, and then I came bursting out, come over to the bank, and the person that was filming it went, "Oh, I forgot to press record." Not even joking, that actually happened. It was just wow. Shit. It was good fun though. I like that video still. The video is kind of almost a statement of because it's quite a creative video. It's quite kinetic, and I edited it myself. So it's not like your standard music video. I don't think there's no performance in it. There's a strange narrative that's actually not related to the song. It's like a complete random piece of art in its own respect, isn't it? But it makes sense in my head.
Which is the important thing. So you mentioned the EP just a minute or two ago, So Flows Our Fate.
Yeah.
Were those songs then that have been kicking around for a while, or was it all new for that particular EP, which I have in my hand?
Yes, which I just gave you. They're the first songs we ever wrote. It's as simple as that. It was actually because the way we recorded it over the space of a year, because we were literally evolving as a band. But one of the main things is that we got gigging really quickly, didn't we? Like within a matter of months. Our first show, we only had 3 songs, and we stretched them out for half an hour somehow.
So even for the Metal to the Masses, we only had
four songs. So it's been a while. Like it's because we we didn't sort of wait to get a body of songs together. We knew we wanted to get out there and get gigging straight away. And so the first song, Rotten Teeth, that we ever recorded, we released it as a sort of a radio edit of it, kind of a sort of a lesser version than the version that's on the EP. And that helped us when we first launched actually hit quite hard in Reading, because I sort of pulled some strings. So I'm a promoter in Reading as well. I promote like live music events, and I managed to get. We worked with a producer on the first track, which means it wasn't a demo straight away. It was like he pushed us really hard, like kind of, and then that got released on the BBC Introducing like show, and we played the BBC Introducing gig, and we were in the Reading Post like all on the same day, and so it just went from nothing to like everybody was kind of talking about us. And in the early stages, we were pulling a lot of people to shows, and the fan base grew really quickly at the start. Like, but then ever since then, we've been playing all over the country. We didn't just want to be local heroes, you know.
You're pretty strong on the melodies and in the lyrical content, actually. So, do you write lyrics for the music the other way around, or
well, we were just talking about this earlier. I mean, I don't think any song we ever write the same way. We kind of have. We'll jam something out sometime, and then we'll get to a point, and I'll go away. But what I can say is that every song starts with an idea. Like all the songs on that EP are about historical disasters, but they're written from a first-person perspective, as though I was there. And so I have this whole idea, and go there, if you, for want of a better way of putting it. And then the lyrics just come in really easily then, because it's just like I'm like wandering around in this world that I've imagined. And that will usually come after, like we've jammed out a little bit of the song, then I go back home and work on the structures, and then I come back and end up saying stuff like, oh, that bit at the end's now at the start, and stuff like that, you know, things like that, yeah. It's kind of a mixture, I guess.
Yeah, brilliant. So after the Bloodstock dust settles, what are the immediate plans after this weekend? Or?
Before the dust settles, next week we're in the studio, starting recording the album. So
day off, straight back in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the perfect springboard again.
Oh, totally. But we're not the kind of band that sits back on our laurels. Because effectively we are still pushing the EP now, and to the point where there's a vinyl version of it coming out at the end of August. Because in sort of stoner rock and doom sort of crowd, like vinyl is a big thing. So and that in itself was a big achievement for an unsigned band to get its own vinyl done. That's and we take the band like quite seriously in that respect, and quite a lot at the very start of the band we all invested a little bit of money in it, whereas now the band just pays for itself and has done for quite some time. And so it's like, and when it gets to that stage, you just naturally feel more professional about the whole thing. And for example, the last tour funded the vinyl, things like that. You know, it's that whole attitude is the way that we've got this far without really, not a lot of help from other people, to be honest with you. We've done a lot of it ourselves. So
but without that help, you managed to stay in total control of what you're doing.
Oh, exactly.
As well, of course.
And then so obviously, so then after the vinyl's released, when the album's coming out next year, our big thing is we want to tour Europe. So that's our next big goal after Horizon. Yeah.
You mentioned the vinyl. Is that going to be sort of a limited run?
Yeah, limited to 200 units. Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked about it that much before online because it was all about Bloodstock.
Yeah.
But now we can talk about it because this will come out after Bloodstock, so it's fine. But yeah, so it'll be the end of August. We're doing a little mini weekender tour to launch it, kind of thing.
Brilliant.
Playing with some of our favourite bands and some places we've played before, and just kind of generally give it a big push. But the thing about vinyl is it's not like CDs. We know that this is kind of a long-term investment. We're only ever going to get one run done of it. The 200 units. It's limited edition. It's red vinyl. It's it's numbered. It's got a special lyric photo inlay and all this kind of stuff. So it's very collectible.
You just don't get on a CD.
No. Basically, because we love vinyl, we know what people want, and so you just kind of we've made it as collectible as possible.
We're just finally. I mean, fans of anyone else on the bill this weekend? Are you sort of must-sees or?
We watched Conan yesterday, which was the first time I've seen them live, and it's an experience, man. It's that and so much amp porn. The amps they've got, man. It's just like wow. That's pretty much amazing. We were just talking earlier as well. We want to see God-Sized. You've seen them before, haven't you?
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and we've Chris, the guitarist, we played with this other band. What was it?
Alzir.
Yeah, Alzir. We've played with them before, so that would be cool. Yeah.
That's it with this lineup. Although it's probably the heaviest festival in the UK, it's still quite a
Oh
wide
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
variance still,
There's always
isn't it?
stuff. You're always going to find stuff to watch. I mean, I really want to see Rob Zombie because it's just like from what I've heard, he's going to bring the show. And that's what you kind of want, like at a festival. Especially at the end of a festival, you want that big,
that's a
big
wow factor,
festival show. Yeah.
I do always have a place for the old Black Label Society as well.
Oh yeah.
I've seen him quite a few times, but never hurt to see him again.
No, exactly, man. Yeah.
Brilliant. So obviously check you out on the usual social media,
Facebook,
stuff.
Twitter, Instagram, Bandcamp. Yeah, we're on everything. I mean, to be honest with you, if you type Morass of Molasses into Google, then like the first few pages is all us. So that might be the easier route. Google it.
Okay. It just remains for me to say thanks very much for your time, lads, and best of luck with the vinyl and future releases. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.